Hey guys, it's Darren from Darren's How To and Reviews, and this is going to be the first video in a really big transition in my channel. Now, not like it's had that much consistency over the last few years. I've done a few different things, but the content is going to change drastically, and it's going to be focused almost exclusively on being an RVer. And that can be a lot of different things from, maintenance and work. I own a property, handyman business right now, and I'm actually going to become a full-time RV tech. More about that in another video. But today's video is about Geico and Geico insurance, if you're insured with Geico or if you're thinking about getting insured with them, because frankly, their RV insurance rates were terrific. That changed a week ago, and I'm going to give you the scoop right now about what's changing. So the best news in the world happened to me, guys. I went out and actually made the commitment to buy a Class A motorhome today. That's going to be another video. I'm sure in the future you're going to see a little link right here to that, but that's not coming out for a few days. But I was getting ready to call Geico to add the vehicle to my insurance, and guess what? Geico's insurance rates just went through the roof, and I'm here to tell you why. So I've been researching motorhomes now for the better part of a year, and every time I had sort of an inkling for something, I would call Geico, give them a VIN number, tell them the specs of the vehicle, and they would give me a quote. And the quotes were anywhere between about $1,500 a year up to about $2,000 a year. And that was going to be for full-time living. These were all valued in that $150,000 to $300,000 range. There were some big fifth wheel toy haulers in there, and a bunch of pre-owned Class A's. I even had a Thor in there. It was actually looking at a Thor Outlaw. That was going to be reasonably priced as well. That was brand new, by the way. That was going to be a 2022. So they were all in the same, that same price range from Geico. Today, everything changed. And I'm going to tell you why in 1 second. So the quote I got to insure a 2016 Integra Anthem, pre-owned, nothing fancy on it, $6,400 annual premium. And in my shopping, I haven't seen any carrier that was that expensive. So I found out why. As usual, the people at Geico are amazing. The people that answer their phones are helpful. They're informative. They're not just going through the motions. Like, they're really thinking when you are having a conversation, because it seems like they genuinely want to help. Here's what happened. Now, Geico, for the last few years, has used a threshold of about $500,000 of the value of the RV that you were going to insure as the determination if they were going to outsource and spin that loan off to a third-party provider. So unless you've got a really nice Class A, odds are you were going to be insured directly by Geico because the value was probably under $500,000. That changed literally last week. The difference is, and hold on for this one, they changed the threshold of the value of your RV. And again, travel trailer, Class A, toy hauler, Class B, Class C. It didn't make a difference. Fifth wheel. The new threshold, $110,000. That doesn't get you a lot, especially if you're full timing. So here's what you got to be aware of. And by the way, this guy jumped through hoops. He probably put me on hold 10 times in the hour we were on the phone, which I liked because he was trying to find answers because it made no sense to him. He was actually able to go into Geico's system and see a quote that I got for a similar Newmar a week and a half ago that would have been insured through Geico for $1,700 a year. So it's a brand new change. He said, now, as far as he knows, he said, if you've got your policy right now and you're not up for renewal, nothing's going to change. His speculation was, if your policy comes up for renewal, you are very, very likely to see a huge jump in your premium. And I believe Geico, at least my policies, are always been 6-month renewal periods. Maybe they're different for different types of people in different states. I don't know the answer to that. I think you need to find that out yourself. But the bottom line is this: before your policy renews, call Geico and just verify that they're not going to whack you with, a 300% increase in your policy. It stinks because I love Geico. I love their service. I love their people. I've only had 2 claims in 25 years. They've been relatively small. They were handled perfectly. But I can't justify more than triple the premium that I would have to incur on this. So a couple things I'm going to ask for help on the comments below. Number one, who are you guys using for insurance that you feel like you've got competitive rates. And the other thing, if anybody has any experience with Geico that differs from what I just said, please put it in the comments. It's a huge expense. Look, $2,000 is a lot of money. You know, going to a $6,400 premium. Wow, that's a hard one to take. So please leave your comments below. If you have any questions, I do have a couple of folks I know who are kind of high up the food chain at Geico who had no further information other than what this guy shared with me, but I can dig a little bit to try to find more. So if you have comments or questions, please leave them below and I will dig into that. And for sure, I'll put up a follow-up video for this because, as I said, Geico, in my mind, was probably the most competitive insurance company out there, at least, you know, based on me. So I'm sorry I don't have good news for my really first RV news video, but this is a big one. And I think it's one that everybody needs to be aware of. So I promise the next one will be a lot happier. Maybe I'll tell you about the Class A motorhome that I just bought. So until next time, thanks, guys.